Alright, so I want to do a movie review show, and I'm tired of writing scripts, so we're just going to be a little more improvisational, a little loosey-goosey, a little, you can hear my chair squeaking in the background, that kind of show. So anyway, I saw Dragon Quest Your Story on the Netflix tube recently, and it was fine, I think. I'm going to get into spoilers for it, but that won't be until a little later. So if you want to know if you should watch it, the answer is probably not, unless you're a huge Dragon Quest fan. And if you are, also stop watching now because you probably won't like the rest of the video. Which isn't to say that I don't like Dragon Quest. I think it's good. I'm like 13 hours in on my playthrough of Dragon Quest XI, and it's very charming. And the movie's very charming too. It's got this great art style that Japanese films have been using recently, like the also just kind of okay remake of Mewtwo Strikes Back and the upcoming Lupin movie. And I like that look. It's got a great look. The animation's a little off, like things don't quite have the right amount of weight, but it was like free on Netflix, so I'm not like demanding Pixar level quality here. But beyond that, the movie was not for me. I knew that within the first 5 minutes, because it starts off assuming you've beaten Dragon Quest V. I mean, that must be the case. I haven't played Dragon Quest V. Have you? I don't know, make a comment if you've played Dragon Quest V. Whatever. But if you have, you might very well get a kick out of the opening. Or you might be like, oh, they breezed over my favorite part, and be upset. But I wouldn't know. I don't have a favorite part. Dragon Quest V, that's like a Super Nintendo game. I didn't even have one of those. I had a Sega Genesis. Let me list of things that are positive about the movie. I already mentioned the art style. Good. The facial animations and expressions. They might weird you out if you're not like down with how the movie looks. But as I already established, I am. And I like the super exaggerated faces. I think they do a good job translating anime poses. There's a montage of Luca, our hero, in the beginning of the movie, and he's bouncing around, he's running away from stuff, he's cutting shit up, and that all looks really good. The action in this movie is a lot of fun. But alongside the animation, I also quite liked the music and the puns. There were 2 very good puns in this movie. The cat, his name is Percy, spelled the way you'd think. And, not to give away anything, because we're not in spoilers yet, but Dr. Agon, good shit. But now on to the stuff that I didn't particularly like. The movie was weirdly paced. Within the first 15 minutes, we have Luca's dad dying, him becoming friends with Henry, him becoming enslaved, him breaking free from slavery, meeting Dr. Agon, and then abandoning Henry, a big dog dragon, getting engaged, breaking off an engagement, getting engaged again, having a child, being a stone. This may have worked a little bit better in a medium that was a touch more long form, like a video game. I think Dragon Quest is a video game and should probably stay that way. But if you're going to make a movie out of it, make a movie about a portion of Luca's life. The first hour, like I said, is just the film getting you to Luca has a kid and we have to go fight the bad guy. The bad guy, whose name is... Oh, I took notes on this. What's his name? Nadia, I think.
Lodger.
We established that
Lodger
has stolen Luca's mom, and she stays in a ball for a lot of the movie. The main villain probably deserved a bit more screen time. He was incredibly hammy and lovely.
Exquisite. What a terrified expression. You can watch everything from here. Watch as your world is plunged into unending darkness.
They designed him really well. He's got a goofy ass face with like just the ball sacking ass chin you'd ever think to look at. Cut this. The primary antagonist in this movie is great. He's hamming it up. It's lovely. But you wouldn't know he's the primary antagonist. For about 45 minutes to an hour of the film's runtime, we forget that he's doing anything. His goals are also unclear. He wants to open a big death portal in the sky, but he's able to slowly siphon power out of it to make himself strong enough to destroy the world, which is what he wants to use the big thing in the sky for. So why does he have Luca's mom if he can just bide his time and not make himself a target? I know it's a goofy anime thing, but the film doesn't do a good enough job distracting me from thinking about that. It ultimately doesn't matter because, and here, spoilers, the whole thing's in a video game. When that twist happened, I was like, oh, okay. It's a strange message the film has at the end. Our protagonist, Luca, is actually just like a Japanese businessman who is playing a simulation of Dragon Quest V.
Your memory will be wiped temporarily while you're inside the game world. This will allow you to experience life as the hero.
But a simulation that is so realistic that they erase his memory and put him in an egg in a little video game so that he can live through it because he loves the series so much. I'm not against fan-related media. You know, like, you can make something to make the fans happy. But it's almost strangely dystopian how the film just is like, yes, your love for this franchise should be at this level where you'd want to actually have your memory erased and put in the game. It's just strange. The ultimate message of the movie is that time spent playing a game is not wasted time, which I agree with. But it takes the escapism to such an extreme level that you're not really playing a game, you're living someone else's life. And that's where the wires get crossed a little bit, I think. That being said, I like that the super secret antagonist of the film is a troll who hacks the video game to call the person playing it a loser.
Why won't you just let us be?
I can't just ignore my purpose. It would seem my creator hates you and all others who call this pathetic world home. That's why I exist. Nothing more, nothing less.
So that's your reason? That's why you've destroyed everything?
That's just the way it is. I am little more than the result of a genius hacker's boredom. One more thing. My creator had a message for you. Don't worry, it's short. Grow up, loser.
And then, to prove that he's not a loser, the guy in the game gets a magic sword and stabs the virus to death.
You must complete your adventure!
It's like, I can't be a loser if you're dead now, so take that. All that being said, it wasn't a waste of my time. You know, would I watch it again? Probably not, by myself. But if someone wanted to watch it, and I was in the room, I probably wouldn't beat them to death with a club to keep from having to watch it. And you know what? As soon as I finished watching it, I picked up my Switch and I played some more Dragon Quest XI. Because the world that game creates is fun. The message of the movie, like I said, is right. Time spent with a game is good time. But time spent with this movie is not. Oh, and I'm going to go ahead and recommend a Japanese dub for this movie. The English voice actors are great. I have no problem with them. But because we don't have flip-flaps, we have real animated lips, the desync between the Japanese words and the English ones is a bit too pronounced for me. So I'm going to give Dragon Quest... I'm going to give Dragon Quest Your Story like a 5 out of 10. I know I said 6 earlier, but I probably cut that out, so it's fine. A 5 out of 10. Perfectly workable thing. If you're a fan of the series going into it, you might lay it a little bit higher. You know, don't let me stomp on your fun. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this style of more improvisational video, let me know. It's my plan to do more movie reviews, but they can be a bit more structured than this. I just wanted to give this a try. If you like Dragon Quest, you can check me out on Twitch. I'm probably playing it now. If I'm not playing that, then I'm playing Smash Brothers. I don't know. There's links to that kind of stuff in the description. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.